So we are tracking conditions to warm up this work week, but I do want to stress that much of the heat for this work week will be fairly typical summer-like temperatures. Basically mid to upper 80s, a few 90-degree readings now through about Thursday, but by the time we get to Friday and especially into the weekend, it's looking pretty ugly. I'd call it a weekend scorcher, I think, because temperatures are going to get into the mid-90s, and that's when the humidity values are going to be peaking as well. It's not looking all that great. And also the upcoming pattern is not favoring really any chances for rain across the area, and I do know we need the rain, but unfortunately it looks like that's how things are going to be going for the next several days to come. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s to 70s across the area. At 65 in Salisbury. You got a 72-degree reading right there in Cambridge. Now, the humidity levels are still a bit on the low side, but they are starting to creep up. We're starting to see dew points getting into the 60s, so the air mass is getting a little bit muggy out there, and that's going to be the theme over the next few days. An increasingly muggy and warm air mass will be coming into the area. With this warm front lifting through the region tomorrow, we are going to be noticing an increase in the temperatures and the humidity values. A lot of warm air, still 90-degree readings towards our west at this time of the night. And look at these dew points. It's going to be humid later on this week. We're going to get dew points well to the 60s, close to 70 degrees by the time especially we get to Friday. So quite the difference in the air mass, especially compared to this past weekend. So temperatures will be in the mid to perhaps upper 80s. I think mid 80s mostly for much of us. And then by Tuesday, a lot of us will be getting warmer. But if you want to get into the upper 80s, you have to head towards interior areas, perhaps northern Delaware and the upper shore, because a southerly wind will provide a bit of a maritime air mass for more southerly and coastal locations. So it will be slightly cooler mid to lower 80s for those locations. And same thing on Wednesday. You have to get towards the upper shore and perhaps interior locations and more interior Delaware to get close to 90 degrees with that southerly breeze in place. More so lower 80s and perhaps mid 80s closer towards the lower shore and towards areas like Accomack County. Now there is going to be a lot of sunshine as well. A few clouds will start for your day on Monday, but it breaks out to a mostly sunny sky. Same thing with Tuesday. We're not looking at many chances for any thunderstorms via sea breeze induced showers or storms. It's mainly just going to be mostly dry out there. And same thing once we get towards Wednesday. You'll notice throughout the day on Tuesday, basically a mostly sunny sky. And the same thing for Wednesday, just because we'll be into the center of this ridge, and in the middle of that ridge, we get sinking air and a better potential for scattered showers along the periphery of that sinking air. So we got mid-90s in the forecast for this weekend, and unfortunately, look at the humidity by the time we get towards the weekend. We're talking about dew points getting to the 70s, making it feel very oppressive out there this weekend. Tonight, 62 to 67 degrees. Tomorrow, we'll have 83 to 88 degrees, a little bit gusty, gusts around 20 miles per hour at times. We'll climb through the upper 80s for the middle of the weekend. By this weekend, we're talking about mid-90s into the forecast, Asia.